Oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum, oh mani be me hum.
Compassion, awareness, and wisdom.
These are the instructions for the preliminary exercises for traditional Chinese medical Qigong. There'll be 3 groups of exercises. The first group is to memorize the chakras in the body, the 20 main chakras in the body, 20 main acupuncture or acupressure points in the body. The second group of exercises will be to loosen up the chakras, the energies in the chakras, and to free up stagnant energies in the legs. The third group of exercises will be to permeate the body with prana, universal essence, energy, and to smooth out the energy channels in the body. Okay, the 20 main chakras in the body are crown chakra, third eye chakra, shoulder chakras, halfway between the neck and the shoulders, shoulder chakras, heart chakra, okay, about 10 fingers below, 8 or 10 fingers below the where the collarbones join, the transformation center, 4 fingers below the belly button, the root chakra, halfway between the anus and the genitals, the upper knee chakras, located about here, the lower knee chakras, located about here, okay. The ankle chakras, located here, the bubbling well chakras, okay, the bottom of the foot right there, both feet, the buttocks chakras, located here, okay, on the outside. It's not on the back, it's more to the outside, upper, okay, Mingmen center, okay, directly behind the belly button, on the back, okay, parallel with the floor if you're standing. Okay, these exercises can be done lying down. If you're lying down, do them with your palms facing down and your legs spread, feet about the width of the shoulders. Sitting postures, width about the feet of the shoulders, back straight, okay, not leaning forward, not leaning back, kind of get your things. You're sitting on the chair, get your buttocks the edge of the chair so it's just at the joint where the femurs join the hips, okay, thigh bones join the hips, just the back part of your way forward on the chair. And if you're standing with your hands, okay, just slightly bent, hands hanging at the side and straight, okay. I'll go through them once more. Be the crown chakra, third eye chakra, shoulder chakras, halfway between the neck and the shoulders, heart chakra, 8 to 10 fingers below the shoulder collarbones, transformation center, 4 fingers below the belly button, root chakra, halfway between the anus and the genitals, the upper knee chakras, lower knee chakras, ankle chakras, bubbling well chakras, buttocks chakras, Mingmen center, okay, and the palm chakras. Don't want to forget the palm chakras. If you're sitting in this posture on a chair, you want to cross your hands when you're doing these, to sit in a meditation posture. As men, it's the right on top of the left on top of the right, and women it's the right on top of the left. Or you can sit with your palm chakras touching the upper knee chakras. Okay, upper knee chakras, palm chakras, or men, right hand on top of, left hand on top of the right hand, women right hand on top of the left hand. Crown chakra, third eye chakra, shoulder chakras, heart chakra, transformation chakra, root chakra, upper knee chakras, lower knee chakras, ankle chakras, bubbling wells, buttocks chakras, Ming Men center, and the palm chakras. Okay. Those are to be memorized. And we will be putting them up in some form, accessing them, PDFs, so you can download a chart so you can see that and memorize those. First step, memorize the chakras, very important. Next is the second group of exercises will be to loosen up these 20 chakras and then to free up the energies in the legs. Okay, so we loosen up the energies with a sound and intention, thinking we want to loosen up the chakras. You put your awareness in the crown chakra and you make the sound S-O-N-G, and it's the first part, a bit of pressure. You place the tongue on the back edge of the teeth, and you make the S. At the end of that, or at halfway through that, 2/3 of the way through the S, you allow the air to come through the nose and the mouth simultaneously as you make the change to the NG sound. O-N-G. Oh. Okay. Crown chakra. Loose. Third eye chakra. Shoulder chakras. Heart chakra. Transformation chakra. Root chakra. Upper knee chakra. Lower knee chakra. Ankle chakra. Bubbling wells chakras. Buttocks chakras. Ming Men chakra. And the palm chakras. Okay. You should do that 2 or 3 times. And now we're going to loosen up the stagnant energies in the legs. I'm going to start by putting the awareness in the crown chakra. Move it to the third eye, transformation chakra, then the root chakra. From the root chakra we move to the lower knee chakra, ankle chakra, bubbling wells on the bottom of the feet, and we want to feel it tingling in the bubbling wells chakras. You imagine your two fountains, you're standing on two fountains, or two fountains are striking the bubbling wells chakras. That's why they're called the bubbling wells chakra. We need to feel this vibration in that chakra. We need to open up that chakra. So from that chakra we move to the tip of the big toe, the tip of the second toe, tip of the third toe, tip of the fourth toe, tip of the little toe. Then we move back and around the heel, up the inside of the foot to the bubbling wells. From the bubbling wells, we move our intention to the ankle chakra, then to the lower knee chakra, then the back chakra, then the Mingmen center, then the Dantian in the front of the body, through the body to the Dantian center, back down to the root chakra, to the lower knee chakras, ankle chakras, bubbling wells. Put your intention right in the bubbling wells. Okay, and then move to the tip of the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, little toe, then back around your heel, up the inside of the foot to the bubbling wells, up to the ankle chakra, lower knee chakra, buttocks chakra, Mingmen center, and Dantian. Okay. Now this is a very important part of this preliminary exercises to continue to do this circulation until you can feel the bubbling wells on the bottom of the feet, until you can feel a tingling sensation, or you're aware of the vibration on the bubbling wells. You might have to do it 5 or 10 times, but just keep working on that until you get the vibration. Once you get the vibration, then you can move on to the third group of exercises. We call the third group of exercises for permeating the body with universal essence, Qi, and to smooth out the energy channels in the body. You begin this first. There are three separate exercises in this group. The first exercise, step 1 of permeating and smoothing the energies. The pathway is from the crown chakra, okay, on the side, between the ears and the eyes, joining at the throat, moving through the nipples, coming down and joining at the belly button, down through the transformation center, the root chakra, down the inside of the legs, lower knee chakra, ankle chakra, bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the ground. Okay, first we will loosen up the body. section by section. We'll loosen up the scalp. Loose, loose. Do this silently. You say silently, you say loose. Get into it. Get into that area. Loosen it up. And then the forehead. Okay, loosen the ears. Loosen the eyes. Loosen the nose. The jaw. The joints of the jaw. Let the jaw hang down a bit. Breathe through the mouth and the nose. Relax the necks. Relax the neck. Loosen the neck. Loosen the shoulders. Okay. Upper arms. Loosen the elbows. Loosen the lower arms. Loosen the wrists. And then loosen the hands. You loosen the chest. Loosen the back. Loosen the abdomen. Okay, loosen all the organs in the body. Loosen the hips. Thighs. Knees. Calves. Ankles. And loosen the feet. Okay, the hand movement. Okay, when we're gathering energies, we point the palm chakras at the crown chakra, and then we are following just above the top of the hands a line down through the body. Okay, it's a sweep, sweeping down through the body, following the line above the hands. Okay. Gathering energies to the crown chakra, dragging the energies from the crown chakra between the eyes and the ears, joining at the throat, 2 pathways through the nipples, okay, and joining at the belly button, transformation center, root chakra, inside of the thighs, inside of the calves, the bottom of the foot, and 3 feet into the ground. Here we do 3 sweeps. This will be the second sweep, dragging the energies from the crown chakra between the eyes and the ears, joining at the throat, moving through the nipples, belly button, transformation center, root chakra, lower knee chakra, ankle chakra, bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the ground. Gathering the energies to the crown chakra. Second exercise in this group is to drag the energies, move the energies from the crown chakra through the core of the body to the root chakra, and then through the bones in the right leg and the bones in the left leg to the bubbling wells and 3 feet into the ground. Prior to doing that, we loosen the scalp, loose, forehead loose, eyes loose, ears loose, nose loose, jaws hanging down. Loosen the joints, breathe through the mouth and the nose. Loosen the shoulders. forearm, upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, and hands. Loosen the chest, loosen the back, loosen the abdomen, loosen all the organs in the body. Loosen the hips, loosen the thighs, the knees, the calves, the ankles, and the feet. Now we gather the energies, okay, to the crown chakra, drag them down through the core of the body, to the root chakra, then through the bones in both legs, to the bottom of the foot, the bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the ground. Gathering the energies, dragging them down through the core of the body, to the root chakra, down the bones in the legs, to the bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the ground. Gathering the energies through the core of the body, through the root chakra, through the bones in the legs, to the bottom of the feet, and 3 feet into the ground. The speed that you do this really depends on you. If you're doing it in a group, then you follow the instructor, but individually you might want to go much slower than this to begin with. After you've loosened up the energies and become more familiar with the mechanics of these exercises, then you might benefit by speeding them up. Okay, but you do want to make them work. You want to be very relaxed with these exercises. The last group of exercises, the third set of exercises in this third group, is the energies start from the crown chakra, go down the back of the head, down the back to the Mingmen center, where they split in two to the buttocks chakras, and then down the outside of the legs to the bottom of the foot and 3 feet into the ground. So you begin by loosening the scalp, loosen the forehead, loosen the ears, loosen the eyes and the nose, then the jaw. Breathe through the mouth and the nose. Loosen the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows and the lower arms. Loosen the wrists and the hands. You loosen the chest, the abdomen, loosen the back, loosen the hips, loosen the legs, thighs, loosen the knees, loosen the calves, loosen the feet. Okay, we're gathering the energies, pointing the palms at the head chakra, dragging the energies down the back of the head, okay, to the Mingmen center, where it splits, goes to the buttocks chakras, then down the outside of the legs, and to the bottom of the foot, to the bubbling wells, and 3 feet into the earth. Again, gathering the energies, dragging them back down the back of the head, back, Mingmen center, buttocks, outsides of the legs, and 3 feet down into the ground. Gathering the energies, dragging them back down the head, down the back to the Mingmen center, to the buttocks chakras, down the outside of the legs, to the bottom of the feet, and 3 feet down into the ground. Okay, at the end of that, you do meditation. You just concentrate, just be aware of the entire body. It should be very, if you're successful, which you will be after mechanics and repetition is done over and over again, and you're diligent and pay attention to detail, you get very calm doing this. So you now finish off by sitting calmly, being aware of the whole body. You can sit with your eyes open or eyes closed. If you can't be aware of the whole body, if you're wandering around, be aware of the whole body and the in and out breathing. When you're aware of the in and out breathing, it would be good to be aware of the area around the nose. Some people find that a lot of tension when they do that. So then you could just be aware of the entire mechanics of the breathing, the lungs expanding. Contracting, so it's in-breath, out-breath. If you wanted to add in counting to give you a little bit more solidness to your practice. Okay. In-breath 1, out-breath 1. The second in-breath 2, second out-breath 2. 3, 3, 4, 4. And you would go up to 10. And then you would start back down, backward. 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And then 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10. So it's 1 in-breath, 1 out-breath. 2 in-breath, 2 out-breath. 3 in-breath, 3 out-breath. Silently. Do it silently. Okay. Or you can just be aware of the whole body and relax. But you want to be awake and calm and energized all at the same time. You'd want to sit for 5 minutes if you're really into it. If it's really gotten very calm and you enter into jhana, I would sit for a half hour. May as well enjoy it. And that will give you a really good solid platform to work with the traditional Chinese medical Qigong, which works with intention, it works with physical movements, it works with sound, and it works with colors to calm, to nourish, and to strengthen the 6 basic organs in the body: the lungs, the heart, the liver, the kidneys, and the stomach and the spleen. The stomach and spleen, they group together as one organ, but we do have one exercise for each one of those parts of the one organ. Okay? That ends the 3 groups of preliminary exercises that are done prior to the main group of traditional Chinese medicine Qigong exercises called TCM Medical Qigong. The traditional Chinese medical Qigong exercises for the basic organs of the body: the lungs, the kidneys, the liver, the heart, and the stomach and spleen. And the stomach and spleen they consider one unit, but we will have an exercise for the stomach and the spleen. Okay, the lungs. The first lung exercise will be cleaning the lungs, and you can do it standing or sitting. You can place your hands are placed over the Dantian Transformation Center, 4 fingers below the belly button, and men be the left palm chakra over top of the Transformation Center with the right hand over the top. Okay. So the 2 palm chakras are lined up over top of the Transformation Center. Okay. And for women, it would be the right hand first and the left over the top. Men, left hand first, right over the top. Okay. And then we're going to lean forward and force the air out of the lungs, pulling up on the perineum area, the entire area between the genitals and the anus, gently as we're leaning forward. Primarily, we're emptying all the air out of the lungs. So we're going to be pushing in with our hands on the lower abdomen and leaning forward. Okay, the second cleaning of the lungs exercise, the second part of the cleaning of the lungs, is we are going to be breathing in. Take a full lung full of air. You're going to move the hands back to stretch the lung out. Bend back a bit, not too far. You don't want to be off balance. The head slightly turned up. Okay? And you're going to hold it as long as you can. You don't want to pass out. And I'm doing it sitting down. If you would do it standing up, you'd be careful not to fall over. You don't want to get faint and dizzy. I'm doing it sitting down. Primarily I'm doing it sitting down because I actually don't have enough room in my studio to put the camera far enough back that I can get my whole body in standing up. Okay, when you're breathing in, you're pulling your abdomen in, pulling it in and breathing high up into the lungs, filling the lungs and expanding them. Okay, you would do rest in between sets. Do 3 to 5, 3 to 5 forward, and then 3 to 5 back. Rest in between. and do 3 to 5 sets. So 3 to 5 forward, 3 to 5 back, rest, and then 3 to 5 sets. Okay. The second exercise for the lungs is and we'll do this in stages here, so that we will give an exercise for all capacities. And there is a warning that if you hold your breath, anytime you hold your breath, you're putting strain on your heart. It's also how you strengthen your heart, but you do put strain on your heart. So if you are on heart medication, you have very high blood pressure, you have very low blood pressure, you should approach this with these exercises with caution. This first exercise can be done by everyone. And we were going to begin there. If you're really strong, you won't have to do this, but you should try it anyway, just to see if you can do this with ease. And it's quite simple. You're going to breathe out, then you're going to breathe in, a long, slow in-breath. At the top of the in-breath, you're going to hold just momentarily, 1 second. And then exhale. So it's a long, slow inhale, a long, slow exhale. You push the air out at the bottom of the exhale. Then inhale. Exhale. Okay, I have my hands on my dent tin, or placed like this. Okay. Now, when you inhale, we want you to gently clench the perineum area from the anus to the genitals. Okay. Gently as you're breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Squeezing a bit at the bottom of the out breath. Okay, now this idea with this is to be smooth. A long, gentle inhale, a long, gentle exhale, and from my experience with doing work with breathing, the emphasis is usually on how much air you can take in, but a very important part of working with the lungs is the exhale, to empty the lungs. Okay. So you need to squeeze out a bit. Now, it is gentle, so it's a gentle squeeze at the end, but we're not holding, we're trying not to hold air in the lungs. We're trying to empty them out. Obviously, if you empty the lungs out, you're going to be able to take in more fresh air. Now, you would practice this exercise of gentle in-breathing, gentle out-breathing, long, slow in-breathing, long, slow out-breathing for 3 to 5 minutes. Now, if you're capable of doing that with ease, then you can skip this. If you do have high blood pressure, low blood pressure, or on a heart medication to correct some heart deficiency, blood thinners, then you should start with this exercise here. and stay with it until you're very comfortable with it, and then move on to stage 2. And that will be holding your breath. And we'll want to take the pulse, okay, get the pulse on your wrist, okay. It is, some people like to do it like this here. Yeah. Okay. You got to find your pulse, and then what you're doing with this here is this first part of this holding of the breath. You're taking in air into your into your lungs, but use abdominal breathing, and don't expand the chest to its full extent. Breathe in through your abdomen. Slightly clench the anus, just a little bit. I'm going to say we've got about 75% air intake, maybe 80%, not 100%. You're not topping right up, okay? And then you're going to hold until it's comfortable. We suggest if you're just beginning and you have a heart problem, you've come off the deep breathing and you're comfortable with that, let's hold your breath for 5 pulse counts. Ordinary people, whatever is comfortable. Okay? For me, I'm comfortable with 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20 would probably be okay for most people. Okay, that can be done sitting down or standing. Now, you want to do 6 repetitions in a row without rest in between. So you're going to be taking in a long, slow in-breath, breathing out with your abdomen out with about 75% air capacity, and holding for between 5 and 20 heartbeats. Now, the gauge of whether you're successful is the pulse. You want the pulse to be consistently even from beginning until end. You don't want it to disappear or speed up or be irregular. We want it to be even, and even from beginning to the end. That's your goal. If you actually are getting it even from beginning to end, well, then you can increase it to 5 or 10 pulses, and you gradually build your way up to be able to get up to 100, with it being consistent from beginning to end. Okay, the third stage in the lung exercises. The first stage is cleaning. The second stage is we've just finished is strengthening, and this exercise is nourishing the lungs. And it's reasonably complicated exercise, and I am not giving out the full instructions for the minute details of the acupressure points along the meridians that you would need to know in very advanced forms of Qigong. This is streamlined, and from my experience, it is important to be able to get the mechanics down in simple increments, simple steps. So we will be doing the movements, the color, and the sound will be the same for the simplified form and the advanced form. What we will be doing in the simplified form is taking in the energy from the bottoms of the feet, gathering energy from the surroundings, from the universal energy, especially from the earth, into the bubbling wells, up the inside of the legs through the ankle chakra, lower knee chakra, up to the root chakra, from the root chakra into the lungs. Then we're going to hold, and the lungs are going to turn white. The energies are going to swirl around into the lungs, turn a little bit off-white, gray, and then we are going to exit the stale energy from the lungs down the inside of the arms and through the palms, okay, like this. So the movement is okay, so you're breathing in, lungs turn white, energies swirl around, stale energy is pushed out. Okay, the movement, the color white, exiting out the palms. Energy in the feet, up the legs into the lungs, exiting out the palms. Now there's a sound we make, and the sound is okay. Now each one of these exercises has a sound that goes along with it, and it's not a mystical sound. It is a practical sound, and the sound for the lungs is what you want to do is to feel the lungs be stimulated by the sound. It's like you're creating a vibration with the sound that actually affects the exchange of oxygen in the alluvial sacs. Now when you're breathing in, you want to gently lift up or clench the genitals, the perineum area, and the anus. Okay, and you're breathing in. You're breathing in. You're pulling in the abdominals, gently in on the abdomen. Okay, gently, very gently. No, not pulling in on the abdomen yet. Breathing with the abdomen out. Full into the lungs, air coming up into the lungs, lungs turning white, okay, pulling up on the abdomen, pulling up on the perineum area, genitals and anus and perineum area, okay, energy is white, swirling around in the lungs, cleaning them, and the stale exercise is pushed out through the palms as you're making the sound. You're squeezing, you squeeze when you're pushing out. You pull up on the perineum area, you squeeze on the abdomen. You're pushing like you're pushing weights. You're just really squeezing, okay? Okay. Nice exercise. That's for nourishing the lungs. Now you would do that in groups of 6, and do. I would say you do 3 to 6 of those groups of 6 should be sufficient to do the lungs. So we've just completed the lungs. The first step is to cleaning the lungs, spinning forward, back, holding. The second exercise is breathing in long, slow in-breaths, long, slow out-breaths for 3 to 5 minutes. And then the pulse, holding for 5 to 20 beats to begin with, and then extending it depending on your capacity, with the beats remaining consistent from beginning to end. And then the nourishing the lungs. And you would finishing off with the exercise for the ligaments and tendons, the gargling exercise. And then rest for 3 to 5 minutes on the lying posture, hands facing down, feet shoulder width apart. Okay, this exercise is the finishing up exercise that you do at the end of your session. So you would do your preliminary exercises, then whatever exercises you choose to do. If you have weak lungs, you would work on the lungs, or you can do the entire set, all the organs, all 5 organs, all 5 groups. But then you need to do a finishing off exercise. And this is done by you're generating saliva. Okay, you're going to do that by rubbing your tongue on the tips of your lips. Okay, and make a circle. I'm going to generate saliva. Okay, you can work your jaws a bit. You have to keep making a circular movement until you get saliva. From your tongue on your lips and the circular motion. Okay, and when you start to get enough, you're going to gargle it. Deep inhalation, long, very slow exhalation, gargling. Then you swallow your saliva and follow that movement down to your dantian center, and then just lay for a few minutes and relax. Okay, now when you do the gargling, you can do 20 or 30 of those. Just take your time. It's very relaxing. And then at the end, after you swallow your saliva, you just lay at, this is the cooling off, the finishing period here. You're bringing the chi, everything back to the dantian center, and then you're relaxing. This exercise, the gargling, is a finishing off, but traditionally in this medical Qigong, this exercise is for the tendons and ligaments.